Yeah, actually, coming to think of it, our school trips weren't very interesting.
We visited a potato sack place. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of British vs. American. Today's topic, field trips. Because gosh, I just want to go on a field trip so bad, but I'm stuck at home. Also, today's video is brought to you by Skillshare, so look forward to hearing more about that in the middle of the video. Our guests today hail from Scotland.
Hello.
And Sheffield?
England.
My favorite country. Sheffield is my country. For those unaware, when you're growing up in school, at least where I'm from, you get to do these really cool trips out of school for a whole day with the whole class. It's very fun. Different levels of school have different levels of fun. So it got me thinking, it would be cool to talk about what the differences are between like where I grew up in the US, in New Jersey, and Scotland and England. So first off, elementary school, did you guys do any field trips there? When you're
yes.
Primary. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So you're like, thank you.
I didn't
Thanks for
understand.
affecting.
We went to the Deer Center.
What's the deer center? Bliss is a very big deer fan. Dear Evan Hansen, favorite music.
Imagine a zoo, but instead of all the cool animals, they're just
deer.
deer.
So it's like visiting Nara in Japan. They just have deer. We did a zoo, I think. I'm pretty sure we did a Philadelphia zoo and the aquarium. Adventure
Oh,
aquarium.
that's nice.
So
That's
we got
a
to
lot better than us.
Is it?
Yeah. We went to
Aquariums are cool. We had the tunnel.
one of the zoos once, I think, as well.
Does Scotland have zoos? I don't know why I had to ask that. I just
Yes.
for penguins. I assumed it's very cold.
It was called Creswell Crags.
Cresswell Crags. Okay, what's
It was
it?
in Derbyshire, and basically it's quite mountainous.
In
Well,
England.
It's quite hilly.
Okay, I was like, you guys don't have any
Hang
mountains.
on. I don't mean that.
Okay.
And
But for a
basically-
kid, you're like, whoa.
I mean, a
Exactly.
mountain is just no.
I basically went caving, I think it's called.
In elementary school?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, primary.
We went into caves.
So like that was an educational. A lot of the primary school
Yes.
ones were basically educational. I know that we did
yeah,
a
true.
place called Wheaton Village, which teaches you about glass blowing. Because New Jersey is a very well-known area of Glassboro. I wonder what that's for glass blowing. So you get to learn about all that as a kid. It's really fun.
We had a similar thing in Dundee. Similar in that it was to do with Dundee, but it had nothing to do with glass blowing.
Oh, I was like, okay.
It's this place called Verdant Works, which is verdant means green.
Green,
I think
yeah.
it's because the building is green. It was like I think it's a jute place because Dundee used to be known for jute jam and journalism.
What's jute?
Jute is like, do you know a Hessian sack?
A Hessian, as in a paid soldier of the Germans.
God, it's like straw but thicker.
You do know.
I don't
You
know what
do know.
jute is.
It's like
I've
a
never
potato
heard
sack.
jute. Oh, burlap.
I guess like a burlap sack.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's like the raw form of that.
Okay, so raw burlap.
Yeah, actually, coming to think of it, our school trips weren't very interesting.
We visited a potato sack place.
It's like the box factory from The Simpsons.
Oh yes. But you learned.
We learned about something.
I know that we did a lot of like the educational museums, like the Please Touch Museum and the Franklin Institute. It's like a learning place where as a kid you touch the things to learn and you move the,
Like
it's-
Magna. Do you know Magna?
Oh, yeah.
It's
What's
got
Magna?
like the fireplace split into different sections. So by the elements, that's it. So there's like you learn about water, air, fire.
Those are my favorite elements. So it's like Captain Planet, the building. Oh, it's a really dated
A
reference.
similar place in Edinburgh where there was this big block of ice, and you just.
You got burlap sack and you got a big block of ice.
You know what? Look, as I'm saying these things, I'm realizing actually these are really boring. But as a kid, touching a big block of ice was pretty cool.
That's all that matters. You learned about the ice. You touched the ice.
I didn't learn about the ice. I touched the ice. That's it.
How big is big?
I mean, bigger than I am now.
Like
I mean,
human-sized cube.
bigger than maybe bigger than this room even.
It's a big ice.
It's a big block of ice. It was very chilly.
So we've learned a lot of cool stuff about elementary school trips and how as kids we probably were like, whoa! But in reality we're like, okay, that's all right. So yeah, most of our trips in elementary school were a bit more educational than the other ones. Did somebody say educational? Because today's video sponsor, Skillshare, has a lot of educational content for you. If you're unaware, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes to learn a new skill or hone an existing one. Whether that be how to draw. It's a dragon. How to meditate.
A dragon.
Shh. They've got courses in fine art. It's supposed to be a dragon.
That's not very clever.
Or how to do open heart surgery. Actually, Skillshare doesn't offer any courses in open heart surgery.
What?
If you follow my Instagram, you can probably tell I'm a pretty big fan of landscape photography, but for pretty obvious reasons, I haven't been able to leave the house much as of recently, so while I was home, I decided to take a quick online course in lifestyle photography by Marta Marie Forsberg. Using the techniques I learned in this class, I actually managed to take some really amazing photos of a blueberry pie I made the other day that I'm super happy with. If you're interested in taking a course and learning a new skill, Skillshare is actually giving away 2 free months of premium membership to the first 1,000 people that click the link in the description to help you explore your creativity. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. It's around £7 a month for all you Brits out there. So big shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, and, well, hope you enjoyed my educational field trip. I'll let you guys get back to it. Thanks, glad we learned something. Back to the video. Our middle school was only 2 years, and I can't remember many of the trips because I wasn't allowed to go on them because even though I was a good student, I wasn't a good student, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the only like
Wait.
good students go on
What?
field trips?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
that's so mean.
It was, so like the entirety of the 7th grade class left to go on a field trip to a really cool place. I think they went on a lake, and they had swimming and ice cream, and every bad student had to stay, and literally the teacher would be just teaching me. And it was so upsetting and embarrassing and depressing.
How bad do you need to be?
So even though I had honor roll and had A's and B's, I think if you missed 3 homework assignments in the course of a month, and I'm the type of student that always forgot homework, I'd just pass the tests and do great, but when it came to like homework and stuff, and so I think one of my teachers gave me like a 0 for one of them, and he was like, that's it. And I was like, but I'm getting A's! So yeah, I didn't get to go on the trip, and I was crying a lot that day.
That sounds awful.
We had it as like a threat, I think. Like, oh, if
A
you're
threat?
if you're
Yeah.
bad,
Oh,
don't get
that's
to go
what
on the
theirs
trip.
was, and they went, we're not bluffing.
But yeah, I don't think everyone ever did.
I
go.
don't
I just remember
remember.
everyone coming back and talking about how fun it was, and I was like, thanks. So there you go, those are my middle school field trip experiences.
None.
We did visit the Holocaust Museum. I feel like that's a big thing.
That's not something you should be like, we did get to do outside.
I didn't miss out on.
As in, like, I think that's just a big thing for Americans, at least where I'm from, is you learn a lot about the Holocaust. There's a lot of specific units in your course that you're going to learn about the Holocaust. So you visit the museum and you cry, and it's very sad. So I don't know if that's a thing in the UK, is why I brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, we learned about World War II a lot. I think we went to battlefields maybe? I don't know.
You guys do have a lot of battlefields.
We
but
got a lot.
The whole UK is just a battlefield.
Yeah, we went to a lot of castles.
Yes.
Oh,
So many
man, that's
castles.
so cool.
But
we
I'm-
visited a battleship, though, so I mean, castle, battleship.
Yeah, so did we. Well, no, hold on, wait, not battleship. No, this was a research ship. Never mind.
That's nowhere near as cool for a
It's
kid.
very cool. They went to the North Pole on it. They were like the second people to get there. Very
Okay,
cool.
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But ours had big guns.
Okay, ours didn't have
Wait.
guns.
So out of curiosity, how much did these trips cost you?
Well, I was a child, so nothing.
Didn't you have to like
No, it cost my parents.
bring in money?
Like, I don't know, maybe £5, £20?
No. Okay.
Between 5 and 20
Yeah, that's
pounds.
fair. That's depending on how cool the trip was, how big the
Yeah.
ice was.
And where you're going. If you're going from like Dundee to Edinburgh, it's maybe a little more.
Yeah.
But then also you had like holidays, which were also kind of field trips, which cost like maybe hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
I came down to London for a field trip that lasted a few days, which was basically just us watching a bunch of musicals and going to one lecture by Brian Cox.
And that's with the school all
Yeah, the
sorted.
school sorted.
So what if you don't go? Do you just
Oh no,
is
it's,
it
you
like
get
what
to
I was-
choose to go on to. You get to choose to go to.
Oh. I don't think we had any of those long trips ever, except the senior trip, which is probably for a different video, but that's just once in your whole high school life.
Oh, I went on a bunch.
We do schedule them for summer for the rich kids that can just spend $1,000 to visit Europe.
I see.
Yeah.
In high school, we got to like the $5 to $20 trips, such as, do you want to see Disney on Ice? We had a specific club called the Culture Club, and the only reason you join this club is because they go on field trips. So once a month there'd be a trip to a Disney on Ice, or maybe to New York City, Manhattan, or to Philadelphia, or to Washington, D.C., learn about history.
I feel really bad because you went to Disney on Ice, and when I was in primary 7, I went to Disneyland.
Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Let's calm it down. That's not.
No, but still.
Don't even try.
I think it's a little better than Disney on Ice.
Okay. To be fair, the farm trips we did were actually to visit like a place called Creamy Acres, which is a scary place.
Oh.
So they make the farm like the corn maze with people with chainsaws, and then a haunted hayride where a guy's chasing after you while you're on the hayride with your friends at school.
Oh no, we didn't have
So awful.
that. There is a place called Kearney Farm, which we didn't visit for school, but once I went to with all my friends and we had a corn fight.
Corn fight?
Yeah, it's much
Potato
like
sack, big ice, corn fights.
it's much like a normal fight, although instead of like throwing stones, you throw
Ear
corn.
Do you
Yeah.
throw corn like seeds?
Oh,
No,
wait,
you throw
the
a big,
whole-
you throw a whole head of corn.
So you did these during the school day though?
Yeah, Yeah, it was during the school day. If it was a long trip, it could be over a weekend or
How
a
did you
holiday.
catch up to with class?
Everyone was gone, so you wouldn't. It would be planned into the it'd be planned into the curriculum.
That's nice. I feel like that fits. Like I said, I had to join a club to go on top of it, and that was how we were allowed out. But also, I think most of the culture club trips were on a Saturday.
Yeah, you were just gonna hang out with your friends and calling it a school club.
Well, they were students, and it was run by the organizer.
But if you still had to pay for it, then and it wasn't subsidized by the school.
Well, it's subsidized because a lot of people were doing it, so it's cheaper to get that big old yellow school bus.
Okay,
I'm assuming you guys had your own coach system?
No, we rented coaches.
Yes.
You rented coaches?
Yeah,
I think we also
this-
rented coaches every once in a while.
In the same way that anyone would rent a coach. Like, I could rent a coach.
How rich are you?
Well, not personally. But
Oh, okay. How often did you guys visit other countries?
I visited England a fair few
Ah!
I went to England and I went to France. I think that's it. There were a lot of school trips to other countries. I think there was a China trip. There was
What?
an Italy trip, which I didn't go on. There were
During the school year?
Yeah, I think they would overlap with holidays a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you could have a couple days out.
I just remember the prices being so absolutely crazy high for those. It'd be like, hey kids, do you want to join us on a trip to Europe? It's like a 5-day trip to Italy and it's like $3,000. And I was like, what?
Ours,
just
as I
never was an
recall,
option.
were usually under £1,000, which was for the trip.
Well, I guess
for the trip that you get, it was
it's pretty good.
very good. Yeah, yeah. The Paris trip was great.
We had an opportunity about every year to go abroad, but it was just like different lessons. So I took German, so I could go to. We went to Austria.
Whoa. Shit.
I thought you were struggling to remember the name of Germany.
Isn't that weird that we went to Austria? Because don't they have a different? Do they not have a different dialect?
It's very hard to understand German, but nothing compared to Swiss German. But no, it's German
Okay,
German.
it is still
They just
similar.
have different fun words.
'Cause I find
it's a
it-
dialect, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I find it interesting as well that even for our Spanish exchange, we went to Mallorca, where they mainly speak Catalan.
Oh.
Like,
I think it's
why-
because a lot of these trips are just excuses for the teachers to
Yeah,
go on
exactly
holiday.
like
yeah.
you said. Obviously, I never had a school uniform, so you still had to wear it on trips.
No, so on trips you didn't have to wear school uniform.
Oh, we didn't have school uniforms, so we just
Yeah,
wore
no,
t-shirts.
If you were going out somewhere for the day, you wouldn't have to wear a school uniform at all.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to wear a uniform all around this 5-day holiday.
Exactly.
Oh no! So on holidays you didn't have to wear a uniform at all. Those were completely out. It's
But
day
sometimes
trips,
the day trips.
you might have to wear. The thing is about day trips is that we've got more history than the US does. So
You have a longer history, but ours is defined. It's more, right in the middle.
So we go to Victorian schools, and I once got to be like the little prefect in the school. They would we had a whole day where they just taught us as though Victorians.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
really
that's
nice.
fancy.
It was fun.
So our school was 100 years old, so we had to dress like Victorians for the week.
That's
That's a
cool.
really funny. A week. That's too long.
I just want to say my high school was over 100 years old, so throw that out there.
Sorry.
just over it.
So how old is my high school, Evan?
3,000.
Oh, why did I
I just went for the way too high of a number. Older than my country. Yes, very funny. Bliss going to Austria because she was learning German is like a German learning English and going to Newcastle.
Yes, okay, is that the equivalent?
And they're just like, how? This isn't what I learned.
That's like going to Scotland, isn't it? Because it's a different country with the same language, but
But
it's
a
totally
dialect.
different.
Oh.
Than it. Yeah. Did you guys get to spend money on school trips?
What do you mean get to spend money?
Like, did you have to? Did you get to go to gift shops and stuff?
Oh yeah, we got to go to gift shops at the aquarium, whatever. If your parents gave you money,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Just a few pounds.
The
A couple quid.
No, I mean,
You had to waste at the gift shop.
I think I might have like $5, maybe.
That's fair
But if
enough.
you experienced any field trips that were different than ours, which is pretty much likely, leave a comment. We'll have a nice little chat about it. Other than that, you can subscribe because I make new videos every Sunday like these. Also, check out the boy Corey in the description. Other than that, I will see you guys next Sunday. Goodbye.